I'm Mona Santana. This is my daily gratitude list where I list and talk about 5 things I'm grateful for that hopefully you can relate to as well. Number 1, I'm grateful for my teeth. Teeth are really important, and if you've taken good care of them, then you've hopefully been able to keep them for a long time. If you're older and you have dentures, then be grateful for your dentures. Because I don't really think about teeth that much, but somebody just commented on them recently on my teeth, and I never really thought about that. But yeah, I guess I've been pretty fortunate. I had braces when I was 15 for about a year because I had a really severe overbite. So I should be grateful also for my mom and my dad my mom took me to the dentist to get them, to get the braces when I was, I don't know, 15 or something like that. And then, my dad had good insurance. So consequently, my mom did too because of his job. Anyway, so point is that your teeth are important, and it's a good thing to be grateful for, just things like that we would otherwise take for granted. So even if you have, some problems with your teeth, at least you have them. Number 2, I'm grateful for ginger, the ginger root. I love ginger in tea, like a ginger tea. And also ginger is like a really great way of settling your stomach if you're having any kind of digestive problems. I like the flavor. It's really spicy. It's great in a like a fresh juice or something like that. So obviously with sushi, pickled. I love ginger. There's nothing else like it. It's almost the same. Like every time I bring these things up, I think, wow, it's really amazing the array of things that we have in our lives that we just don't think about. Unless you take the time to think about it, which is the point of the show, is to take the time to think about the little things. And ginger root is a little thing, but it's actually quite a big thing because I find myself drinking ginger tea almost every day. You can use it in cooking, of course, and throughout the world, people use ginger a lot, and it's so good. So, be grateful for ginger. Number 3, I'm grateful for ATMs, automatic teller machines. I don't know if they call it something else elsewhere in the world, but I'm grateful for ATMs, although we don't really have that much use for them these days with all of the obviously technical advancements that we've had. But throughout my life, I've used ATMs a lot, and it was a really good way to have money, cash, accessible anytime you wanted it. I mean, assuming you have it in your account. And then also you could deposit cash all the time. So I've used them so much in my lifetime, and I am really grateful for them. I haven't used one in a really long time, and I thought about that recently where I thought that they're kind of going by way of the dodo. We don't have much use for ATMs anymore, but they're still out there. And if you need cash right away, you can easily go to the ATM. You don't have to go when the bank is open, or even if it is open, you don't have to go to a teller. You can just get whatever it is that you need. Number 4, I'm grateful for Iggy Pop. It was just his 77th birthday, and I just thought about how much I am grateful for Iggy Pop. And if you don't know who he is, find out. You'll thank me later. Well, so Iggy and the Stooges, obviously, but also Iggy as a solo artist, and also Iggy as a person. He's amazing. He has a radio program that's really great too, and he's just a character and a really bold person in this world. That he made amazing music. The greatest frontman ever, along with a couple of others, but I'm specifically saying Iggy Pop. You can't beat Iggy Pop. The show the man puts on is phenomenal. It's just the power and force of nature that he is. And he just turned 77, and he's still phenomenal in that voice. Oh my God. It's just, like that super low voice, but then he's just one of a kind. And the history of Iggy Pop is also really interesting too, because he was a maniac and he survived, and he's just amazing. I am grateful for Iggy Pop now and forever. Number 5, I'm grateful for bubbles. Do you remember when you were a kid and you liked to blow bubbles with the little thing? You put it in the soap, and then you go, and the bubbles would come out, and just how you were just so completely mesmerized by the bubbles, and then you'd pop them. And it was just one of those things that when you're a kid, it really lights up your life in a certain way. We're like, wow, look at that, I think bubbles are kind of one of the things that when you first saw them as a child, it sort of expanded your imagination because they were not like anything else. You know, they float, you could make them and you could pop them, and they're really quite an interesting thing. I know it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it, to just be sitting here going, I'm grateful for bubbles, but that's kind of really the point of this show, is to point out things that you wouldn't ordinarily think about as being somewhere where you should show gratitude. But if you can look around the world and around your life and notice things like bubbles, and Ginger, it's easier to feel grateful for things like Iggy Pop because he's an artist and he's somebody who brought great music into your life, and things like that. But bubbles are just sort of innocuous. You just don't really think about it. But the more that you can notice the little things like that and the beauty that surrounds you, the more you're going to be a happy person, and the more you're going to also be able to be more resilient, just by way of the fact that practicing gratitude wires certain neural pathways in your brain to make it so that you can default to a more optimistic way of looking at things in life. I want to thank you for joining me. Have a lovely day.